In a stunning and unprecedented development, U.S. President Donald Trump announced that Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were captured in a large-scale U.S. military operation in Venezuela early Saturday, January 3, 2026. According to U.S. officials, the operation involved airstrikes on multiple targets across northern Venezuela, including in and around the capital city of Caracas. As explosions and low-flying aircraft were reported in the early hours of the morning, at least 7 explosions were heard near key military sites, and smoke was seen rising from strategic locations including the La Carlota Air Base. President Trump posted on his social media platform that the United States had successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela, and that both Maduro and his wife were captured and flown out of the country as part of the mission. He later indicated the couple were aboard the U.S. warship USS Iwo Jima, being transported to New York, where they are expected to face federal charges, including a narco-terrorism conspiracy indictment from the Southern District of New York. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed that the operation was conducted in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement, and that charges against the Venezuelan leader would be pursued in U.S. courts. Early reports from U.S. and international media described the mission as a coordinated strike that lasted under half an hour, involving explosions and aircraft operating at low altitudes over several parts of Venezuela. The United States said some U.S. forces were injured during the strikes, though President Trump claimed there were no American fatalities. American military operations reportedly included deployment of elite units such as Delta Force, which U.S. government sources said was instrumental in the capture. This marks a significant escalation in U.S. military involvement in the region. The Venezuelan government has vehemently condemned the attacks, describing them as military aggression and a violation of international law. President Maduro's administration declared a national state of emergency and called on Venezuelans to mobilize in resistance against the incursion. The government demanded immediate proof of life for the president and his wife. Pro-government armed civilians were seen patrolling parts of cities such as La Guaira, and public gatherings both in favor of and against the administration occurred in various districts following the announcements. Supporters of Maduro took to the streets in some areas to express solidarity. In other parts of the country, residents responded with a mixture of fear, uncertainty, and caution, with some neighborhoods reportedly experiencing power outages and a general sense of alarm, particularly in Caracas. For context, this U.S.-Venezuela military action is part of a broader conflict that escalated throughout 2025, involving maritime operations, strikes on suspected drug trafficking routes, and mounting tensions between the United States and Venezuelan authorities.